You know, I'm not gonna wait. Welcome back. We just finished Hoth and I told you all about my new keyboard and how fucking broken it is. And it's not over yet. Can you imagine that? The problems continue. So, to recap, the key has wrong color. I'm looking for solutions. And none of them work because I either can't use the updater they provide, or I can't use the software they're using because I've got different, newer versions. So that solution is obsolete. So I looked more into it, but about that, let's. I remember Narkrita mining guild on Narkrita that a number of elders are held captive by the helical hut crime lord. That's a difficult one. I'm gonna do other ones. Zonju 5, I think that's a fun one. Oh yeah. Also, speedrun. Well, I'm pretty sure this is the one I'm thinking about. Special worker on the planet Zonju 5 might have information pertaining to the cult's connection with the Imperial Remnant. The worker is hiding at an abandoned outpost 3 kilometers outside of the Zoron head. Meet up with the worker and find out what he knows. Often the main cities are somehow called based on the name of the planet. Imagine if Earth had a capital city and it was something. Earthia or something like that. Horrible.
I have been told that a student with your level of training should have no difficulties with this particular mission.
Thank you for the something. So what do I want? I've got this at best, I've got this at best. Well, let's take the force stats. Well, no, not force heal, actually force protection, because that's gonna end up being useful at some point. See, now we've got second level of the core force powers and more weapons to choose from. So I'm taking sniper rifle and heavy repeater because that's fun to use. Sorry speedrunners, fuck you. Let's see if I'm correct about the mission. Yes, so this mission is actually a giant U. The start point is almost at the same place where this end point is, only it's separated by a massive wall. So technically, if you can manage to leap over the wall, the level is very short. Anyway, let's go. It's fun to do, I think. Come on now. Shit. I want to show. Well, that's how you do it. You do it how they did it in the movie, where you cut off the stabilizers and they just fall. So, well, they're not stabilized, and so there's like that, just like that. There we go. Cinematic. Look, through the flame. Perfect. What a cinema experience. 30 frames a second. Yeah, that's the end of this part. Great, so yeah, so I actually looked into actual razer support. Wrote them a well, I wanted live chat. Maybe I should, well, there this is. Now you'll be able to hear.
Are you the Jedi?
Yes. Tell me everything you know about the Disciples of Ragnos. Please, make it quick, though. I ran into some trouble back there, and it might be following me.
We should go inside. It'll be safer. Cult must...
Sith spit. I have to get out of here. Looks like I'm not going back that way.
There you have it. Sith spit. That's a curse word in Star Wars universe. Sith spit. Take it for what you will. PG-13, Peggy 18, Peggy 13, 12. Anyway, so as I was saying, well, there is well, it's not that it's decapitations. Look, this is an outpost. Look, there's nothing here, and this is an outpost. He barely has a bed. Anyway, maybe water bottles. He gets into one to wash himself, with clothes preferably. Uses the other to drink, and third in case the one of the other is broken. I don't know. Conjecture. Another quick save, because why not? Let's take the grey one, because it's the closest to black one.
Did you see anything?
The Jew must have been the wind. They're now grabbing their speeder bikes. So yes, oh, perfect. He just blew himself up. You can do that to yourself too. Don't do that. That hurts and causes you to fail. So yes, 2 things before continuing. You can kill people. No, that's not one of the things I wanted to say. You can shoot out of the speeder if you hide your shit. Shit, come on now. There we go. There we go. Just a little snip. Yes, thank you. I always wanted to go backwards and also sideways when pressing forwards. I don't remember. Well, I just got scoot over. I don't know if they're spawning eternally, endlessly, whichever way you prefer. 2 things. I was also interested in sort of a gaming keyboard because I actually like the anti-ghosting function, and I did come across a situation where I could have used that, and I couldn't because it was connected to PS/2 connector that, you know, ran out of inputs or something like that. Oh yeah, keep your distance. Fuck you, your friend is gonna fuck you over. Perfect. That's one thing, and the other thing is that this keyboard has macro keys, which I wanted to try out. Oh, he's dead. Good. Which I wanted to try out. Eventually, like yesterday, I decided to try out the macro keys. Right. So there's a bunch of options to record macro keys. You can use key shortcuts to enable the function to record it on the fly. You can set the recording on the software, or you could write yourself the macro. Right. So there is one MMO that I occasionally still actually dabble in, and I still want to dabble in because it's the SW tour. It's the SW tour. They've got Knights of the Old Republic storyline and the universe, and it's Star Wars, and it's RPG, and it has story, so I want to play it. I mentioned it before. I do play it, alright? It's fine. So yes, so I play that, and I'm thinking, well, it is MMO and you press a lot of buttons there, so maybe I want to have a macro. Maybe I do want to have a macro for that. Right? So I decide to have one. And, of course, all the macro recording and shit like that doesn't work. At all. At all. It doesn't work if you use the on-the-fly recording. It doesn't work if you use the recording on the thing, in the signups, when you click record. That doesn't work. And I don't want to just write the macro because it's time sensitive, because you've got global cooldown and your alacrity can change, so it will be prudent to at least be able to modify it or have it include the time that you need between the clicks, right? So that doesn't work. So yes, fantastic, isn't it? I guess that dude's dead, so no need to. Well, I think I heard his engine. Okay. Also, that's the turbo. You just press the right. Shit. How about I'll just shoot him? Yeah, like that. No, go away. It's like GTA, where if the car in front of you is burning, you want to stay away. Because yours will catch fire and explode and you'll lose. And you don't want that. So yeah, macros don't work. And right now I'm fucking worried that it's actually the keyboard's fault. It's the hardware problem, not software problem. So I do actually write a ticket to Razer, and they do say they're gonna try to reply in one work day, and they actually did. So at least the fucking horrendous amount of money you pay for a keyboard goes to something. And they tell me a bunch of things to do with it, right? First off, what's pretty fucking dumb is they want a bunch of stats, I guess, from you. Where you're from, what's your phone number, fucking email address, name and last name. Bullshit that's not useful for fixing your problem at all. Especially since, you know, Mark Robotberg released everybody's info, and I don't want my numbers out there. Also, this game is problematic. Well, this stage is problematic because they're rubber banding, and poorly at that. They're either always too far and shooting at you, which is smart of them, or too. Oh well, turbo section. Hold on. Did I make it? I made it. Good. Yes. Also, you're hiding saving your saber when you're doing the turbo. Shit. And I'm fucking full of it. I mean, it's not that I'm lying. It's that there's lots of enemies around now, and they're shooting me. I'm being shot at. Yes. So I wrote the ticket. They want the bullshit informations that not gonna help them fix my keyboard. And you know, one of the things, well, the things they offer is that. No, let's look at the. Oh look, one of the dead people's scooter flew over, or swoop bike, whatever you want to call it. Be in the universe, right? So that went well.
That was an adventure. These cultists sure know how to cover their tracks.
Well, back then I thought he meant that they drive well, but now I know better.
Master Skywalker and Master Katan have not yet returned from their respective missions.
Perfect. Thank you, C-3PO. Krill door. What's that about? Users have recently discovered the existence of an Imperial Tribana gas platform on the. Oh yeah, I think that's the ninth mission. On the planet Krill door, if the Republic can take control of the platform, it will deal a severe blow to the Imperial remnant. General Wedge Antilles. Wedge. His name is Wedge. And his last name isn't one syllable. Of Rogue Squadron has come up with a bold plan in which he and a single ground troop could capture the entire facility. General Antilles believes that only a Jedi could accomplish the ground portion of the mission. Interesting, yes, that's a nice mission.
Thanks for the assistance, Jaden. Luke tells me you're going to be a great Jedi. Let's get to Krildor and take out that mining platform.
Little does he know. Right. What else would I need? Want? Yeah, drain, fuck it. At least I use drain on multiple people at once, like lightning. Like force lightning. Right, so, again, I wrote the ticket, and what they wrote me back was actually the things I already found on the internet. For instance, things like you have to disconnect and uninstall the software, you have to update Windows for something visual something or other, I don't know what. And
this facility is lightly defended.
that's turn.
I don't think they expected us to find it. My targeting computer will lock onto your beacons. Place them on key structural points, then get out of there fast. I'll be flying in, lasers blazing. If everything goes as planned, we'll have the defenses down before they know what hit them.
Well,
okay, Jaden, start with the shield generator. Otherwise, this will be a short mission.
Thank you, Wedge. It's a steel and concrete facility floating in the sky. How is it achieved? I don't know. Yes, oh yeah. My fast style, that's what I want. No. So they tell me to update signups, which you can't because it's signups version 3. It's like the latest signups, so it's not gonna work. There is no option for updating it on the whatever, anywhere. They tell you to disconnect and reconnect the device after deleting the drivers. So I did that. That didn't work. I updated the signups just like they asked for, which is I just downloaded signups again, and the download was the signups version 2 actually. And this time it does actually launch on startup, but that's not what I asked for. Oh shit. That's not what I wanted to happen. I did not. Well, I did not. I thought I had the electromagnetic gun, but clearly I don't. Yes. I reinstalled, updated the signups. I reinstalled the signups version 2, then went to the Cortex option and it had update option again. But it didn't matter because after installing Synapse version 2, it stopped detecting my keyboard at all. Like, I couldn't do all the fancy stuff. It didn't detect any Razer equipment plugged in. Even though I'm using it right now to play the game, it can work as a generic keyboard, I guess, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So it doesn't detect that. I updated it and it didn't detect my keyboard either. I disconnected it and reconnected it and it doesn't detect my keyboard still. Oh, these guys are fucking bitches because they fly away out of the range of your forces, actually, and shoot you. And you don't really have good attacks because they keep shooting the gun that fires fast. Yes, I'm gonna stay with that. So, those are the solutions I tried.
Move it, Jaden. I'm coming in.
And also, Jaden also carries around with him those massive
Put a beacon in the
beacons,
hangar,
5
so they
of
can't
them.
scramble air support.
Interesting how, well, but then again, I wanted to say that they should have scrambled air support already because there were 2 ships in and they had intruders in, but then again, maybe technically they actually didn't detect the warship like the X-Wing and they didn't think they were gonna need the hangar to deal with
Head for the
a
garrison.
ground troop.
That should weaken their resistance.
Turbo lasers. Oh, that was weird. Anyway, so yeah, gonna dabble with that more again. I'm gonna disconnect the device and delete
This is
the
too
drivers.
easy.
I'm also gonna try disconnecting the other keyboard because maybe that's a part of the problem. I don't know. They don't know either. That's what I'm gonna do.
Next, take out
I'm
the
gonna
communications
try
array, so they can't signal for help.
well, that's not gonna help. I'm gonna try to do the function, do the thing that other dude did with his one key being wrong colors, because I've got the same Synapse version as he does now. Also, but only, well, what am I trying to say? I'm gonna do it once I make the game, the software and PC actually detect my fucking keyboard. So I'm gonna try that. And then live chat, I guess. I don't know. Also, it's like I mentioned, the keyboard was second hand, so it might not be on warranty, or they might not service it anyway. I don't know which way I should be jumping down to take the least damage, but I'm trying to figure something out. Perfect. Only half my health went down. No, I'm gonna use drain and drain all of you right here. Nice. Yeah, see, 125. That's way better than previously. Ah, there we go. With the force push, we can push them off to their death. It must be interesting death. I think we're on a gas giant, which means that there is no ground to fall onto. Which means they're gonna fall forever until the pressure of the gas crushes them. Well, forever maybe is an exaggeration. Maybe you go. I remember previous game didn't allow you to accurately bounce those back at the turrets. Well, that's semi-accurate, I guess. How about lightsaber throw? That's good enough. Oh, this dude is still alive. Let him know. Oh, right here? How about that? Good, good. That should make things easier. Right then. So I'm gonna plug this shit and finish for today because that's actually the end of this story. I'm gonna tell you about my broken mouse later. Just later. So yes, you can break this glass or some other. Well, there's a beacon behind one of those shutters. That's what you call it. Armored plates of armor that protect the thing. Ah, that closes. So there should be a third one. No. Should be a third one. Come on now. Something's wrong. How do we do the thing? I figured it out. Now I remember. The beacon should be here. but you're actually supposed to do it in order. I'm not at the communications array now. So, I'm gonna stop it here, because that's embarrassment enough, I guess. So, yeah, I'll let you know how did fixing all this fucking bullshit turned out. After I talked to fucking representative and actually, you know, unplug and plug the shit back in. Maybe it'll work. So, if you want to know or learn how the frustration fucking ends, if ever, stay, subscribe and like the content. Because, you know, that's how you do the thing here. See you next time.